The Real Democracy Now movement, which is currently gaining momentum across Europe, is in my opinion one of the most important social events in the recent history of this continent. Since the 15th of March, people of all walks of life, although predominantly younger people, have been taking to the streets to protest against the inherent injustices of the capitalist system. Within this movement there are a spectrum of views, from those who call for reform to those who call for the system to be completely torn down and for something new to be built in its place. I suppose the overriding desire amongst the people is a call for more participatory democracy and for more control over their lives. Many feel outraged the decisions of a few corrupt men in the banking and political classes have had the profound effect upon their lives and their careers that they have had. Preconceptions have been broken and the wool has been pulled from their eyes. Another focus of the group is to remain non-political, in the sense that they choose not to identify themselves as anarchists, communists, liberals or anything else, and are critical of those who would attempt to mould this revolutionary movement to fit their own ideology. In a way this makes sense, as the non-partisan atmosphere does allow participants to experience a feeling of greater unity with those affected in the same way by the economic and political crisis that we are all subjected to. It does have its drawbacks though. Without clear ideas and objectives, this movement does run the risk of losing momentum and dissipating, which would no doubt leave another generation of apathetic and disillusioned people unwilling and therefore unable to regain the momentum and fight for a revolutionary cause. Still, there are themes emerging from the many open assemblies and online discussions that have taken place. As stated before, the desire for more participatory democracy. How far can this go? Ideally, it would extend to cooperative control over the workplace and perhaps education, and all over the allocation of available funds and resources at a town and district level. This is an objective that many of us of a revolutionary disposition champion, and I for one really hope that success is made in this area. The desire for transparency in government, no more secrets, no more lies. An end to corrupt practice in foreign policy, such as that which was revealed by the WikiLeaks scandal and others. Secrecy breeds distrust amongst the people, and rightly so. Nothing good has been revealed by these leaks. No secret kept by governments is ever of a positive nature. Other calls include more employment, less taxes, better healthcare, education and other public services, all of which are good things. As I said, there is no clear and distinct set of demands, but this is the general spirit of the movement. The use of democratic people's assemblies as a method of organisation has been successful so far in coordinating the various marches and occupations which have taken place, so I believe that with time and patience a clear set of goals will emerge. The nature of this movement is inspired much by the Arab Spring protests, and they are as much an act of solidarity as anything else. Egyptian protesters have vocalised support for those in Spain and Greece, and by extension the rest of Europe. The reborn sense of internationalism in the movement is awe-inspiring, and will only solidify as time goes on. Revolutionary movements in different countries feed off each other. Their successes embolden the other movements to fulfil their own ambitions. There is much optimism in the air. What we are seeing is an awakening. People have woken up to the corrupt nature of bourgeois capitalism, are rejecting the lies and excuses of corrupt government, and are working to build a society themselves and by their own authority. The People's Assemblies are breeding grounds of creativity and new ideas, and people are finally rejecting the preconceptions thrust upon them by past generations, and thinking outside the box at the possibilities of what the world has to offer. So where do communists stand in all of this? In support. Whatever successes or failures that come about as a result of this European revolution can only work in our favour. If it fails, then people may seek alternative solutions. They may come to the conclusion that the Marxist-Leninist approach to organisation would be better suited to achieving their goals. But we should not use these demonstrations as recruiting drives, because this would be detrimental to our cause. In a time of open minds, people will seek out Marxism voluntarily, so we should reserve attempts at bolstering our numbers for other occasions. However, this is not to say that we cannot spread our ideas as individuals, as we would likely have to in an open assembly, especially with regards to philosophy and economics. Should this movement fail, though, communists and anarchists will see a bolstering of their numbers with newly radicalised and more hardline revolutionary activists. Should it succeed, then many of our goals will have been accomplished anyway. Perhaps people are moving towards a more democratic and modern form of socialism than we are used to, but a rose by any other name smells just as sweet. More power to the working people is exactly what we want, and if this revolution succeeds, then that is exactly what we will get. The peaceful and democratic nature of these movements assures that the despotic and violent tendencies of past socialist movements will be left behind, and socialism is guaranteed, because should the masses be given the decision-making power in the workplace and over the control of resources, they will always make the decision that benefits themselves, and therefore all of the masses. And I have two quotes from Mao which I feel are relevant. The first is that every communist working in the mass movements should be a friend of the masses and not a boss over them, an infatigable teacher and not a bureaucratic politician. And the second is that we should take the ideas of the masses and concentrate them, then go to the masses, persevere the ideas and carry them through, so as to form correct ideas of leadership, such as the basic method of leadership. And we should go to the masses and learn from them, synthesize their experience into better articulated principles and methods. So, in short, all communists should support this movement and try and learn from whatever successes or failures that it makes. I believe the first protest in London is scheduled for the 19th of this month, which is Sunday, and hopefully I'm going to be there. I may eschew the communist hat, but I'll be there in support of everybody, and I'll try and learn as much as I can. So, yeah, thanks for watching, take care.